What is up, guys? DedleySmedley back here again, bringing you another chest and triceps workout. Today I'm going to be using a more dumbbell focused workout routine. So I'm starting off here with Dumbbell Bench Press. Warming up here with the 70s. Then I'm going to jump up straight to the 120s. That's the heaviest dumbbells we got, but I still use them. I like to put them to good use. Doing 12 reps here, really trying to focus on form and keep it full extension and keep it tight. There is going to be a bit of angle jumping around in this video. I had a busier day in the gym, so I was struggling with setting up the camera and moving it around, but yeah, I don't care about that. Anyways, just heads up. So I was using the 120s again, giving you a show of the hamburger helper. Always got to eat that if you want to get big. Doing another third set here with the 120s. Still sticking to 12. I felt pretty confident doing that. Later on, they get pretty heavy, but I still feel pretty good moving the weight up 12 reps. I like to try to do that 8 to 12 range, and if I can do more than 12, I typically like to do more weight, but I don't want to sacrifice any of the dumbbells by stacking another dumbbell in my hand or something like that. Anyways, I'm pretty much only maxed out there on bench press. I'm going to move over to the decline bench. I like to use it on the Smith machine. I've got the decline maxed out as high as it can go. And the main reason I like to use the Smith machine is really just so I don't have to have a spot. That's one of the hardest parts about doing a decline bench is when you're doing it either the dumbbells or the bench press. The hardest part is having either somebody hand you the weight or you trying to control it to yourself. That's hard with the dumbbells or with the bench, and it adds a little bit of enough effort to where I don't like to mess with it. So jump it up. I've got 3 plates on here. I pretty much stick to that because I wanted to do a pretty good amount of reps. Once again, I'm doing sets of 12. I would have jumped up to 4 plates, but there was a guy I was talking to quite a bit in the gym, and so I felt like I got cold between the second and the third set, so I just finish out here and move on. And the way the Smith machine stresses my shoulders, it's not a move I like to go in cold, so I just moved on. Here I'm switching over to incline dumbbells. I like to mix them in there with kind of a sandwich set, go dumbbells, barbells to dumbbells. Once again, I warmed up with the 70s and I'm jumped up to the 120s. I do 4 working sets here, sets of 12. One of the things I've actually worked on a lot with dumbbells is not dropping them. I feel like that's given me a huge increased strength on my grip. And another guy asked me recently what I do for forearms, and honestly, I think that's actually had a pretty big impact on it. So instead of just dropping them straight on the ground, I drop them on my legs, but it's a big difference than just letting them go. So here's my last set here. I still was doing them pretty easy, so I need to probably do some more incline stuff. But anyways, I didn't feel like it. I felt like I needed to do more flat bench flies work, so I move on to that instead, because last week I did incline flies. So probably next week I'll do barbell incline to start. But here I'm doing flat bench flies, and once again I try to kind of turn my hand downward to the ground. When I do it, I feel like it gives a better pull. So I'm using the 70s here. I do a couple sets with the 70s, and then I feel like my chest is pretty shot, so I move on here. This last set, I was straining pretty hard, and I don't feel like I was getting as deep as I should have, but I still went for 10, and I felt like they at least got pretty good out of that. Moving over to some tricep work. This is a thing I like to do for supersets with the triceps every now and then. So I grab dumbbells on each hand, and then I do an overhead extension, and then once I'm done with that set, I bend over and do straight into a kickback, and then I try to do as many kickbacks as I can over the head. My kickback form usually suffers because I can do more overhead than I can with a kickback. but I feel like since it's a superset, the final few reps are really just more important to do them and to really lock your form down. And by that I really mean just it doesn't look great. It still feels like it stresses the tricep really well. So I've been increasing the weight 5 pounds on the dumbbells each time. I got up here to the 45s, and I feel like they were probably a little too heavy. I wasn't getting as high extension as I wanted, but that's alright. So I did a few reps and just moved on to the kickbacks, and I feel like I was forcing a swing too much, but I still wanted to get some work in, so I just went ahead and did it anyways, just try to get a few extra reps. So now I'm switching to the cable machines with the triceps. I really like the triangle grip on these, so I use that really often. I feel like it just hits my tricep the right way a little better than a lot of times using the rope or the grips. Today I'm trying to actually just do them fairly quick. I wanted to get some quick reps to really keep the muscle tight the entire time. So a lot of times I wasn't fully extending as far as I probably could have, because I just wanted to keep the muscle active as I was doing it. I feel like it's a good way to keep the blood flow and maximize it. I'm using 200 pounds on here, and once again I feel like it's not actually 200 pounds, but that's as much as the stack goes unless you add the extra little weights, and I didn't want to bother with looking for them, so I'm just doing it as many times as I can. And for my last tricep move, I'm going to do single arm dumbbell skull crushers. As a mouthful. I like to do these with dumbbells pretty often. One thing I make sure to do is I grab the outside of my arm. That way I feel like it keeps my elbow on track and helps guide my hand down a little better. I'm going to speed through some of this on my left arm. I didn't get a chance to switch angles on here, as once again I felt like the gym was overloaded and I was in a lot of people's way. Using the 35s here, and then I think I'm going to go up to 45s here, and I think that's as much as I do. A lot of times when I do alternating arm or alternating leg moves, I don't do a warm-up set, and that way I just do 3 sets because they tend to take longer. So I try to keep my workout time down when I do that. But yeah, guys, this is going to finish it up. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you guys taking the time to like, comment, subscribe, and just keep giving me feedback, and I'll keep posting these videos. Don't forget about the hamburger helper.
Do it, chest and triceps. It was a longer one. Sorry about all them angles. The gym was packed today. Made good choices.